So, we're going to cover briefly the early stages of Piaget's cognitive development theory. The foundation of Piaget's theory of cognitive development is that how we think changes as we grow, not just the things that we know. Understanding these stages helps you recognize what's typical versus delayed in development. We start with the sensory motor stage, from birth to about 2 years old. Babies in this stage learn through their senses and movement. They discover that objects still exist when they are out of sight, also known as object permanence. They begin goal directed behavior, acting intentionally to get certain results. Toward the end of the stage, symbolic thought emerges, laying the foundation for language. Here's an example of delayed development in this stage. An 18-month-old who doesn't look for a toy after it's covered with a blanket may be showing a lag in object permanence or early problem solving. On the exam, if a question describes a baby searching for a hidden toy, that's your clue. It's testing object permanence in the sensory motor stage. Next comes the preoperational stage, roughly ages 2 to 7 years old. This is when symbolic thinking and imagination really take off. For example, kids at this age can pretend. A stick becomes a sword, a box becomes a house. Children in the preoperational stage demonstrate egocentrism, meaning they still see the world mostly from their own point of view. It's important to remember that this does not mean selfishness. Another hallmark is they often don't yet understand conservation. For example, thinking a taller glass has more juice even if it doesn't. So here's an example of typical development in this stage. A 4-year-old insists that the moon follows her home. This is an example of egocentrism, which is normal for this stage of preoperational development. On the exam, if a child seems illogical, it's probably describing this stage, not a behavioral issue. A child who appears self-focused and interprets others' perspectives literally is in the pre-operational stages of cognitive development. These stages should just be a refresher for you. It's important to understand the concepts and practical application rather than memorization. So the next post will cover the later stages, and then we'll do some mock exam questions.